Eka Pada Koundinyasana II is one of those arm balances that you'll frequently see taught or practiced in a class. So I'm going to show you how I help students build their confidence and really learn how to lift that back foot up off the ground without dropping their shoulders. So Hero's going to come into downward facing dog. Coming back to the idea of observation, one thing if you observe students doing this, and maybe even in your own practice, a lot of students counterbalance their weight to lift the back leg. So Hero's going to show us what that looks like. He's going to come into Eka Pada II, and you're going to drop your shoulders and back bend to lift your back leg up. So a lot of students do this. Go ahead and rest. The reason why I don't recommend continuously doing this is because when you drop your shoulders down like that, you're actually in an internal rotation of the arm bone. And when we practice chaturanga like that, or even any arm balance, it can actually hurt the rotator cuff by putting way too much pressure on it. What we want to do is, just like in chaturanga, is keep that slight lift of the shoulders and a squeezing in of the arms so that we can begin to engage our triceps, our biceps, and our serratus anterior in a way that really supports the pose. So if you're working with, or your students are working with Eka Pada II, getting their chaturangas really refined is going to be the key. If you have somebody who's there and they just need a little bit of help to lift up off the ground, that's what this adjustment is going to do. All right, come back into downward facing dog. I'm going to place myself behind him. He's going to lift one leg up, and he's going to bring it up onto the tricep. He's going to lean forward and bend the elbows, keeping the shoulder tips lifted. I'm going to squat down, take my hand to his heel. First, he's going to push back into my hand. With that tension, I'm going to help him lift, and then he's going to try to come off of my hand by drawing his thigh bone into the socket. Squeeze in. Don't bend the knee. Just squeeze in. Squeeze the thighs together. There you go. Nice. And relax. So there's two things going on here. First, he needs to push back into my hand to resist, and then to get off my hand and actually give himself a bit of a lift, he needs to think mula bandha, plugging that back thigh bone into the socket. I find that this helps a lot. It doesn't always work right away, but it does give the student an idea of how to practice Eka Pada Koundinyasana II correctly and safely.